ain't gold, it ain't good enough. If it 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 ain't gold, it ain't good If it ain't gold, it ain't good enough. If it ain't gold, it ain't good enough. Hilo, hilo, iglesia. It's time to go for gold. Hilo, hilo. Hilo, hilo, iglesia. It's time to go for gold. Go for
Woke up today, smile on my face, may not go my way, still got my faith, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Running our race, just that I pace. Made some mistakes, but learned a few things, so I'll be okay.
It's that time of the week again. You've locked into Absolute Juice. With some of the craziest moments, awesome life stories, and that real talk, this is the Vibe O'Clock. Yep, that's right, the Vibe O'Clock. Brought to you by the VYG. If it ain't gold, it ain't good enough. Start it right now. It's the Vibe O'Clock.
Woke up today, smile on my face, may not go my way, still got my faith, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Running our race, just that I pace. Made some mistakes, but learned a few things. I'll be okay.
It's the Vibe O'Clock. It's the Vibe O'Clock.
And we are going to kick off. My brother is late these days. I don't know what's happening to my brother Pete. He is legit. I don't know, guys. I feel like we should all get on our phones again and ring him up and call him up and say, Pete, where you at, brother? Where you at, brother? Because we have a lot to discuss. I am not going to get in depth with the entire football saga. I'm not going there today because there's a lot to talk about, the whole sports segment. Oh no. Wait, I see people saying we can't hear you. Haibo. Can you guys hear me now? I'm hoping you guys can hear me now. I spoke so much. I started it. It's like I said to you guys, the new device here. And I'll show you guys. There's like a mute option right here. Let me show you guys. There's a mute option right here. So I think I didn't press unmute. And it's showing me here that it was peaking. Now it's fine. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Gosh, I started it so perfect. Like, what's good, guys? I hope you guys are all doing good this Saturday after. And then I messed it up. But it's part of life. It's part of life. Either way, we're here. Now, how do I put this thing back here? I need to now figure out how to put this thing back on the stand so that I can be able to holler at you guys the way I'm supposed to holler at you guys. Something wrong I'm doing here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got it. Okay. So like I said, it's this device that is killing me. I was saying that Peeth is late these days. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. Peeth is just late. And today I was saying that I'm not going to go on about the whole football saga, although Percy is here. But if I bring Percy on regarding the sports, I feel like we are going to be talking about a lot that took place this past week. The entire UEFA Champions League, the Formula One season which began, and so far Percy's predictions looking better than mine in terms of Ferrari and them. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Arsenal drew with Leverkusen, which I won't lie, I was actually happy with the draw because those guys are hectic. Those guys are hectic. And I'm glad that at least we're going home with the draw for the second round. I'm still surprised Real Madrid won. I'm still surprised they thrashed City. I did not see that happening. Peeth is finally in the house. Let me put the brother on. So that we can just Peeth, we're only gonna just touch up on this. Percy's here, but I'm not gonna put him on because it's gonna get worse. And Percy's here for another motive today. What's good, my brother?
What's good, VIG fam? What's up, PJ?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. Very much well.
Tell me, how was your reaction towards the Champions League this past week? Just so we can quickly touch up on sports for the sports lover, because last time people were complaining.
I think, okay, though, I saw a lot of surprises, but, I think the biggest game that surprised me the most was Madrid and City, right?
Yeah.
Of course, as a Madrid fan, I expected Madrid to win, but I did not expect us to win by 3-0. And I did not expect the player who scored a hat-trick to actually score a hat-trick. Valverde he scores beautiful goals, but I did not expect that he was going to pull up for Real Madrid like that. That was unexpected of the brother.
I wasn't expecting much, although I dislike Madrid, but I wasn't expecting much, not because I dislike them, but I wasn't expecting much because of the fact that most of the star players were injured. So I wasn't expecting that. Another one which was interesting was the PSG Chelsea match.
Okay.
What a beating Chelsea got. What a beating. What a whipping. That was a whipping.
I didn't expect them to lose, but
yeah, that one was painful. And I must also speak about the Atletico Madrid and Tottenham. Tottenham got beaten. Like, they got their lights knocked out. That was not that surprising, I'll be honest.
It wasn't, because Tottenham went into that game as the weaker team, if I can say. I feel like Atletico was more prepared. I feel like Atletico was more ready for the game. Tottenham, I expected them to lose. I don't want to lie.
Yeah. Atletico. I don't know what happens to Atletico, but I'm not going to get into details about it. Peeth, moving on. Today, we are going to be speaking about the subject of success and how people sometimes dress to impress and dress to express their success. It even rhymes. Tell me, how are you in terms of when you have to dress and in terms of brands? How do you pick when you go shopping and that kind of stuff?
Well, as for me, as a sneakerhead, the biggest thing for me is the shoes. I always have to have the nicest shoes. If my shoes are good, if my sneakers are nice, then we're good. Then I can pick the rest of the outfit depending on the sneakers that I want to wear on that day.
Okay.
But when it comes to brands, I'm more into. I was even telling a friend of mine that when it comes to brands, if I become a billionaire, you're not gonna see me in Gucci or Louis Vuitton, but you'll see me in streetwear brands. You'll see me in Bape, you'll see me in Daily Paper, you'll see me in Stussy, you'll see me in Supreme. Those are the kinds of brands that I personally like, streetwear brands. You will not see me wearing Gucci, Louis Vuitton, but there's certain people that that wear Louis Vuitton, Gucci because they like them, and there's certain people that wear Vuitton, Gucci, whatever, all these fancy brands, these high-end brands, so that people can look at them in a certain way, so that people can see the image of a person who's at a certain place financially.
Okay.
So people approach brands in a different way. There's people that just like fashion, that can just, wear anything and look nice. And then there's people that will always go for the high-end brands because they want people to perceive, a certain image of them. They want people to see them as, oh, that guy who wears Gucci only, or that guy doesn't, you'll never see him in a cheap outfit. Oh, this guy's wearing a 400,000 Rand outfit. They just want people, but actually, you may find that the outfit is not even nice. It doesn't even look good.
We're
But because
going
it's
there. We're
Gucci,
going there. We're going there. Don't spoil the topic
they'll
yet.
hype
We're
it
just
up.
warming it up. We're just warming it up.
Yeah.
Um, what is the most you would spend or you have spent on sneakers, for example, since you're a sneakerhead?
Okay, I think the most I can spend any amount, but the most I've spent, I think it was 5K, if I'm not mistaken.
Were they
5.5.
were these Air Forces? What
Yeah.
were these? Air Force.
These were MXs. They were MXs
Air Max.
Terrascape 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there
Okay.
were MXs, and then there was a time I entered a raffle for I can't remember which Jordans it was that were dropping, but then I couldn't get them because I didn't win the raffle. So there's times when sneakers, like, people don't really know this, right? But some people do. There's certain sneakers that you can't just walk into a store and buy. You have to, there are drops. So when they drop, you have to go queue outside a store. Like, there's people that queue in the US, there's people that queue outside Nike stores for 3 weeks just for waiting for one shoe. They queue for 3 weeks. Some people pay people to actually queue for them.
For them. Yeah.
So it's just a whole hectic culture.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this. And by the way, I think next week I will see with our producer if we can slot in. Today's show was supposed to go in another pace, but we had to improvise, and this is why Percy's gonna come in. But I think next week, you, me, and Percy, but definitely Percy will be here. Sesona is asking, PJ, how much to bring Gentleman's Guide back? Name your price right now. Oh, Sesona. Today's topic has nothing to do with the Gentleman's Guide, although we will talk a little bit about clothes. But we will definitely see to it. So our producer Paul will definitely look into it and see how we can include that. But today we are going to be talking a little bit about clothes and how people will go all out to dress to impress, the pros, the cons, and the dangers which come with this. Now, when I say Percy is here because next week we're going to have a special I know you guys love the Love is in the Air kind of segment, but Percy's not going to necessarily bring the Love is in the Air segment per se. But Percy is going to be with his wife, and we are going to have a couples challenge live on the Vibe O'Clock next week. I don't know what the prize is. I don't know. I haven't spoken to the producer yet. We need to go through this. There must be a prize, don't you think? There must be a prize for the winner. Don't you think, Pete? Like, winner,
Definitely, there must be a prize. There must be a prize.
Yeah. So,
We must put a price on that.
let me get Percy and his beloved here to chat to us. Let me just fix my screen, or I'll just full screen them as well so that I don't cut them. Percy and Stephanie, you guys are on screen. How are the two of you doing?
Oh, we're good, PJ. We're good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. We'll be good.
Awesome. So we had this idea which we're going to be presenting on the Vibe O'Clock as of next week, which is kind of like a compatibility test, but it's also going to be a competition between you guys and another couple. Are you guys down for it?
Yeah, we already. I already told her. I gave her the pep talk. I'm very competitive.
Yeah, I got that talk.
How much do you think you know each other?
50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. We've been together for a while,
Yeah.
but
There's
yeah.
always things that we learn about.
yeah, like today she didn't know that I sometimes listen to Maskandi. She was like, "I've known you for 7 years. You've
Wow.
never played Maskandi."
If Stephanie's surprised, imagine us.
Yeah.
Imagine us. Imagine how I right now am thinking when you say that you listen to Maskandi. You guys have been married for how long exactly?
1 year, 3 months.
1 year, 3 months, heading to 4.
1 year
Not
headed
4
to.
months.
Okay. And well, I'm not going to get into many questions right now. I'm not going to get into many questions right now because I want to leave the suspense for the fam for next week for what we're going to have, the segment of the couples challenge. Unfortunately, the other couple who was meant to compete with you guys couldn't join in. I don't know if they had cold feet, I don't know if they were maybe afraid.
They're scared. Yeah, I know they're scared. Camera
Okay.
shy, maybe.
Okay. And Stephanie, I'm going to ask you from a lady's perspective, what do you think about us bringing back the gentleman's segment, the gentleman's guide segment? Do you think we should do it? Do you think there's no need? Do you think there should be, or should it be for the ladies as well, like guys and ladies? What do you think? I want to hear it from a lady's voice.
I think, like, I'm on the fence about it. I think society is so harsh on men these days. But I think that if we're going to do it for guys, then we must definitely do it for women. I think there needs to be a balance.
Yeah, the guys are gonna definitely vote for you if you become if you want to get elected right now, at least from the guys, you will definitely get votes. You'll definitely get votes. I'm sure they are very pleased to hear such a thing. Percy, what do you think?
It needs to come back, VJ. It's a need. It's a necessity. When they say human needs, it's water, food. Okay, it's oxygen, water, food. So it's oxygen, water, guy segment, food. So
Percy,
it
you
needs to
finished
come
me.
back.
They're not voting for Percy.
It needs
Yeah,
to come back, VJ.
the ladies will. I think the ladies will.
Because I'm looking at the numbers. The numbers are not looking good. This is based on new relationships, or maybe there are relationships within the VIG firm that we do not know about. Maybe.
No.
But yeah.
It could look better. I'll be honest. It could look a lot better. It could look a lot
Mm.
better. What do you think is the aspect we need to cover the most, Percy?
And in terms of, okay, I'll put it for both sides. So in terms of gents, is I can say originality, and that covers a lot of things. For example, um, when approaching a lady or a potential, you should be yourself. That's a emphasis. Like that's what I want to point out the most. So, for example, Kuti, 90% of the time you speak Setswana. So why, when you approach now, you're trying to speak English? You understand? Of course, it's gonna flop. Of course. So, and then in terms of the ladies, it's like events like the June 16, the what is it, Love Walk?
Mm.
This herding and grouping. When this the wildebeest migration, they
They flock
they
together.
flock together for safety. So if they want to get spotted, like the wildebeest, usually the lions target one that is lost from the flock. Yeah,
But
those are the subjects.
you know that the one who moves away from the herd, from the flock, is usually that the one the lion is looking at, is the one that usually gets devoured.
Yeah.
So I hope in
And
this
that's
case,
No, in this case, the devouring is good. The devouring is a relationship.
okay, fair enough. And Stephanie, what about you? What do you think we do need to cover, both for the gents or the ladies, or for one of the two?
I think with the ladies, it's definitely been a more like approachable. Um, you know, you can't immediately when a guy approaches, you can't be rude and already put them down, or I don't know the right word. Don't
Just
find the
say,
word.
she can just say, "Be like me when Percy approached me." Don't do that.
I'm sorry, guys. I cannot say the same because although Dali's not here with me, she'll be here with me next week for this one. But although she's not here with me, she was not very approachable in the beginning. She'll take, well, she doesn't need to take notes because eventually she changed that. But maybe she can also help give some tips in terms of that. But I hear you, definitely. I hear you. Is there anything that you think we should address in terms of the guys, though?
Yeah, being presentable as well. Like physically, like how you present yourself, your dress code. It has to be, it must be you, it must be unique. You mustn't dress like, forgive me for saying this, but mustn't dress like a pastor, or or suited up, or just be yourself, your own personality.
There's a way to dress for evangelism, and there's a way to dress to impress.
Yeah.
Yeah, dress for the occasion. Eh?
And also speaking, like they must speak like themselves. They mustn't imitate what they see from others. They must speak like themselves, be themselves.
Yeah, true, 100%. I am laughing at the comment section here. Sesona's she's voting for you, Percy. She says Percy must be one of the co-hosts for the segment. We've got a diversity of comments here. The comment section is on fire. My dear beloved Tali says I must not expose her yet. With regards to that, we'll talk about it next week. So it's going to be an interesting segment, but the idea is not just for the competition, but also to go back. I know that most of you guys love that Love Life tip for those of you guys who are single, and those of you who would love to see a little bit of the red flags in terms of relationships and that kind of stuff, especially for us being young, young and also curious at the same time. So we definitely want to be able to address this. If you are perhaps hurt, or you're one of those who say, I don't need a man, and you have a lot to say,
And you have to address that one. Oh my goodness.
that I don't need a man, eh? Stephanie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I think she would be the best, one of the best to be able to address the situation.
Yeah.
I used to be like a hectic feminist.
You see?
I thought having a
Perfect.
man and getting married would get in the way of my success in my career. So yeah.
Mm.
Here's already the ladies are already here. Also, PJ, guys should stop telling us that God showed them that we are their wives on first encounter from experience. Guys, oh guys, we will definitely have the
And
segment. Yes, please.
no. And I was like, also like when they approach a girl they're interested in on Facebook Messenger, they mustn't approach women like, oh, woman of God, or because that, yeah. It's
There's a
already like,
famous,
oh,
there's a famous one, a young sister of mine from the VYG. She says that they will say, servant of the Most High.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, guys, we are definitely going to be going back. Sesona, your request, I'm going to see. We won't be able to have it every week, especially because the challenge of the couples will be a little bit lengthy. But I will speak to our producer if we'll be able to have it next week, if not the following week. But we will definitely have it. Percy, I'd love to have you with us. Stephanie, you are also more than welcome to join us. But I'm looking forward for next week, the challenge of the couples, and I think this is going to be an interesting thing. Maybe the prize should be like a trip for two to Seychelles or Mauritius
I
or
agree.
Zanzibar.
Yeah.
Wait, oh,
Literally, you don't just speak words. Those words must become something, please.
If that was the case, trust me, I'd be participating.
uh,
I'd be like, every way to cheat, Dali, we're cheating for this one. I'm getting this. What?
yeah, that would be nice.
All right, Stephanie and Percy, thank you so much. We are going to have you guys with us next week for this couples challenge. It's going to be really interesting. I haven't even seen how exactly the competition is going to go. I just know that there's a trivia challenge and there's a compatibility test, and it's going to be hilarious. Yeah, it's going to be
All right.
hilarious. All right. Any last words from you guys before you say goodbye to us until next week?
Anything from it?
No.
Yeah, no, us will be preparing. Don't worry.
We'll study each other these next 7 days.
Yeah, this next 7 days. I'll ask you questions. What's my favorite color?
What is it?
You don't know my favorite color. You don't know my favorite color.
Bye, PJ.
We hope there are no issues now when they go offline, guys. All right, fam. Thank you so much. See you all next week. Fam, we are going to go for a short break. When I come back, Pete and I are going to be chatting a little bit about what today's subject is at hand. So don't move. If there's anybody who's missing, anybody who's not here, tell them that they are missing out because the Viber clock is going down. We are going to be right back.
Woke up today, smile on my face.
You're still locked in with all the juice, so make sure you don't log out. It's the Viber Clock, brought to you by the VYG. If it ain't gold, it ain't good enough.
Just that I pace, made some mistakes, but learned a few.
If I snap my fingers, a sound registers in your ears.
Yo, inniti. Loko ndzi ringeta ku ku hlamusela leswi humelelaka loko mantiwo ya khomana. Sweswo ku nga va ku ehleketelela. Swi nga va ntiyiso kumbe swi nga ri ntiyiso.
Hier's my theory oor mag.
Uma ungawukhethi ukhetha okungawukhethi.
This choice is not only possible, it's inevitable. Let me explain the inexplicable.
Batho ba matla ba botswa ke mehopolo e matla.
Nahone ka muhumbulo muṅwe na muṅwe u re na maanḓa ri ṱhogomela mihumbulo yashu yo landulwaho.
Amandla alawula kakhulu indawo umuntu ayithathayo ebomini, impumelelo ayifumanayo, igalelo alenza kuzizukulwana ezizayo.
Kuyimfihlakalo lembethe kuphila kwethu.
the reality that goes beyond it.
It's a perpetual improvement towards perfection. It's a matter of a cheerful, constructive, forward-looking state of mind.
Ke mokgwa wa go phela wo o fišago pelo, wo o kgotsofatšago, wo o tlhotlholetšago, wo o makatšago, wo nna le wena re ka o fitlhelelago. Maatla.
Wena ungumcingi ochanekileyo. Usisidalwa esisebenzisa icandelo lengqondo yaso kwinkqubo yokucinga kwaso.
Uhlula moya lowu nga ehenhla ka wena.
Daar sal geen verdrywing van die waarheid wees. As jy moet sê, sukses is op die vingerpunte en jy het dit nou net na die palm van jou hand geskryf.
Matla. Ke matla a lefatshe lotlhe a tlhalogangwang ke wena le nna.
Matla. Ke matla a tlhaloganyang ke batho botlhe, dipuo tsotlhe, ditšhaba tsotlhe, mewa yotlhe.
Is the golden fleece separated for you and I?
It's a wrap.
Amandla ngawethu.
Manda ndiyasho.
Amandla ngawethu.
Amandla ngawethu.
Amandla ngawethu. Amandla ngawethu.
Amandla ngawethu.
Amandla ngawethu.
Maatla ke a rena. Amandla ngawethu.
Hate all you want, oh you haters. But the VYG's got talent for days. What a beautiful poem. I have watched it over and over again. And this week, we will be dropping, we were going to drop it today, but we will be dropping the languages individually. You guys will get to see it because obviously they did the whole thing and then we edited it with just the portions, excuse me, of it. But what a beautiful, and the content, it was written by Hloni, the gentleman with the, you've seen him before, in case you don't know, the one wearing the, along with Tendani with the lady at the end. It's a wrap, the two, the guy with the Springboks t-shirt. What a talent. And I know that there's so much talent throughout the VYG. So don't let your talent go down the drain. And I'd also like to appeal to all coordinators and mentors to always, always, always seek to nurture and dig up the great talents. There's always talent in the VYG, not only in the VYG, but with youth in general. Dig up that talent. I mean, I couldn't write a poem. I can't think of even starting. Where do I start? But I mean, any time, most of them, when we give them a theme, they just know exactly what to do. And it was beautiful because the others also got into that thing of the poem and they translated it themselves. Beautiful. So fam, please keep it up. A huge shout out to you all as we look forward for the 3rd of April for the Amandla Ngawethu event. Here in Joburg, we're going to be, or in Gauteng, let me say, we are going to be at the Ellis Park Stadium. I know that some of you guys will be joining us. I think we should agree, those of you who are coming to Joburg, we should agree that we have a picture, a family picture. Let me put my brother Pete here to join me whilst I'm at it. Pete is back in action here with me. I think, Pete, we should have a section somewhere where the whole VYG fam meets up just for a big family picture at Ellis Park. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. That would be beautiful. That will be historical. Like it'll be nice. Let's do it, PJ. Please.
I think we need that. I think it's much needed. But I don't know how we're gonna do it because the stadium's big. Everybody's gonna be seated in their different sections. But I do believe we need to organize something to have that together as one photo happening.
Definitely. We need to. I don't know whether it's going to be inside the stadium or outside, but we just need to have one nice photo of everyone.
Certainly. As well as asking, PJ, can I be featured in the poem with Sutu? Well, if you can send it through, we do already have it. We did send it. It should have been done. I don't know why. Well, we did ask from we asked from all the provinces. all the provinces were asked to do it. Some didn't send. I'm not going to go into that right now. But yeah, if you can get it done in time and with the quality, please, by all means, get in touch with your media coordinator. Today we are going to be speaking. I'm going to share with you guys here. The theme is specifically this: dress to impress, and how many young people are obsessed with dressing. And the problem is not about dressing. All of us have that thing which we like. Everyone has the thing which they like or enjoy. But the issue is when that ends up becoming a problem. We are going to go for the interviews. We got a couple of street interviews. And when we come back, we're going to discuss a little bit about people's thoughts, people's actions and reactions regarding clothings, especially branded clothings and all of that. So we're going to go to the interviews and we will be right back.
Woke up today, smile on my face.
You're still locked in with all the juice, so make sure you don't log out. It's the Vibe O'Clock, brought to you by the VYG. If it ain't gold, it ain't good enough.
Just that I pace, made some mistakes, but learned a few.
Yes, you have. Okay. Did you afford it? Yeah, but then it took time for me to afford it.
People feel confident in expensive clothes because some are not confident in how they look like physically. So like clothes give them some sort of confidence in a way. Like.
Yeah, because basically yes, because people are materialistic. Like people tend to judge, or like if he's wearing Gucci, then he or she has money. Because like for me, like not going forward, it boosts maybe like appearance. Like for me, boosts my self-esteem. Like it just plays a big role in my life. Basically, what I wear is what I am.
Okay. Mental health matters more. If you are good mentally, like you can be happy in any situation. Whereas if you try to maintain an image, like you can be happy around people, but then when you get home, like back to your normal state.
Thank you and shout outs to everybody who agreed to do this interview. And I would not take away anything that they said in the interviews, the people, the guests who shared their thoughts. I think I wouldn't take away anything from what they said. But it's also sad, Pete, to hear that people will dress to impress because it boosts their confidence in terms of how they look. And if you stop to think about it, it goes to show that people will doubt themselves. And because they doubt themselves, they will go all out in spending. And then there are those who, as the gentleman said, who will wear Abu Gucci and stuff because they want to look rich. Because if you see somebody wearing branded clothes, you'd be like, automatically link that person to having money. How many people are indebted because of that? How many people, they only feel good when they look good. And if they don't look good, they don't feel good. They don't have that moment where it's like, you know what? Today, I'm not worried. I'm going to dress what I want to dress. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. It's a really sad reality, Pete.
A very sad one, PJ, because people end up getting into situations they're not supposed to get into just because clothes make them feel somehow, make them feel better, or clothes boost their confidence. You know, in actual fact, we must always be confident and we must always be happy in whatever it is that we're wearing, right? You can be wearing a 50 Rand t-shirt and still be happy, you know, because the happiness is all inside. But we see a lot of people today whose moods and whose happiness depends on what they have on the outside. You know, because they have a nice watch, then they'll look happy. Because they have a nice shirt on, a shirt that looks expensive, then they'll look happy. We even see kids that go to a point of lying to parents because they want to get that T-shirt that's trending, right? That to a point where if they don't have that T-shirt, you know, they become depressed. They become somehow, just because you didn't get that one brand that every other kid has. So they'll
Yeah.
lie to parents, they'll steal money, they'll do all these funny things just for them to have that T-shirt so that they feel good about themselves. You know, so people put themselves in bad situations. Some put themselves in debt. Some open accounts, you know, these clothing accounts that they don't need. You don't actually need it. But because you think that dressing up a certain way or pulling up in a certain brand, people will look at you in a certain way. So they'll think, you rich. As the guy was saying, that people will think, you have money, or okay, you come from a good family, whatever the case may be. So people end up going to dark places in order for them to look good so that they actually feel good about themselves.
Certainly. I like what Emihle says here, and I was about to address this. The way I used to dread casual day in high school, my family never bought brands, never even cared about them, but my classmates always wore brands. To make it worse, no matter how much I pressurized my parents, they never entertained me. But as an adult, I completely understand. And I can definitely relate to that. I can certainly relate. And by the way, I see a lot of you are even talking about the quality. Most people won't, their concern is not quality. Their concern is the brand. It's to make
The
you
name.
believe.
Yes.
Exactly. Most people don't see that. And ironically, I love. I personally, this is me, and I'm not saying people must do the same. Please, I'm just, it's an irony talking about this because I love t-shirts, plain t-shirts. I just love them. But I look at the texture of it. I have cheaper ones and I have more expensive ones, which just feeling like the shirt is heavy. And it's ironically, Percy was with me. We had a recording for Woman to Woman. I think it was the one of 2 weeks ago when we were recording. If you notice, myself, Percy, Dino, and Sipa were wearing similar shirts. We did not plan this, but we were wearing
Yes.
similar t-shirts. And we were going on about it like, where's yours from? Because I have such a thing for t-shirts, but it's never about the brand. I feel like this, guys. I feel like this. If I am going to appear with a brand, they must pay me to advertise their brand, especially when the name of the brand is bigger than the shirt. Like there's no space on the shirt. It's like, you know. But going back to what you were saying, Pete, it's really a sad state where people need to look good to feel good. How many women can't walk out of their homes without wearing makeup? And I'm not saying this that a woman should not wear makeup. My wife wears makeup, for crying out loud. What I'm saying is how many women have no confidence of going out without makeup, because that shows to us a low self-esteem with her looks. I'm sorry to be so direct about it. Oh, because it makes me feel good, which means this thing is needed for you to feel good. And if you can't afford it or if you can't have it, you don't feel good. Hence why many they fall into depression. Many are destroyed internally. Many they just fall into a complete breakdown. So we see how many going back to the makeup. I like what Adorable mentioned here. I'm going to leave it here. I'll speak about it just now. But I mean, like the makeup, literally, it's like a facade to cover who they really are. Some men wear makeup, and I'm not talking now about the physical makeup, but makeup as in that facade, that attitude, that mindset, that way of talking, that way of behaving. in order to cover up the reality of who they truly are. Others, in terms of, like I said, with women who, and I'm sorry to say, some of them have an exaggeration on how much makeup they wear. And you can't recognize this person when she's not wearing makeup. You can barely, you can barely, you can barely see who this person is. I'm sorry to say, it's like, it's not even makeup anymore. It's face paint. You know, Plascon, you know, the paint Plascon. It's like they're using Plascon. But I'm not saying this to insult or diss anyone, but I'm saying this as how sad at times a person reaches, in the sense where they want to hide who they are because they bring out who they are not in order to be accepted, to be liked, to be part of it. And I like adding what Adorable says here. After the revelation that everything is from China, I don't even bother. And that's so interesting how you can buy your Gucci, you can buy a Louis, you can buy a Chanel, you name it, how they're all made in China. I should have actually, I think you should talk, Pete. Let me see if I can find this video. Please take it away, my brother. I need to find this.
These brands, these top brands, a brand can be from the designers and the brains behind the brand can be from different countries, but they all go to China for cheap labor. It is easier for you to make a t-shirt in China, you know, and it is easier. Yeah, in these countries, I think it's China, it's Vietnam, and I don't know the other countries, but China and Vietnam, the labor is so cheap. So these high-end brands go there, they make their stuff there, and then they bring it to you. You know, so sometimes the quality is good, sometimes the quality is not as good. You know, so it's, at the end of the day, people just go for the name because it's Gucci, because it's this brand, because it's that brand, then I'll go for it. You know,
you're basically paying for the name.
You're basically paying for the name. And some people go to the extent of buying counterfeit, you know, clothes because they want to appear in certain spaces as that guy who's wearing Gucci, that guy who's wearing this and that. And I say this to someone that if I don't have money to buy the nicest, if I wake up tomorrow and I don't have money to afford good sneakers, I'll wear a no-name sneaker that doesn't have a name, a plain sneaker. I don't want to be seen in a fakey, in a fake Nike shoe because I want to appear to people as I'm wearing a Nike shoe. I'm wearing a fake Air Force One, whatever. If I can afford it anymore, it's fine. It's okay. I'll just rock my plain sneaker that costs $100, and then that's okay. That's fine. But certain people go to a point where they'll buy a fake Gucci shirt not because they like the design, but because they want to appear as the rich guy, as the guy that's, and then that makes them feel good. That makes them feel nice. So at the end of the day, these brands, these high-end brands, all go to China. They
come from China.
Source materials there. They manufacture there because it's cheap labor for them. They get to China, they make a t-shirt. It will cost them. Sometimes it costs them about 80 rand to make a shirt, right? They bring it this side to you or to their retail stores, and then they'll sell it for like 6,000. So at the end of the day, for them, it's all about branding. It's branding, not because there's something that is different when it comes to Gucci or LV. It's branding. That's the whole thing. They're selling branding to you.
Just a name. So true.
Just
I like
the status. Yeah.
I mentioned here the ladies with the makeup, but Tsep was reminding like men who wear caps to hide their loaf of bread. That is savage, Tsep. That is
Yo, when it comes to caps, like I like wearing caps, and my lady doesn't like me wearing caps. She always tells me that Don't wear caps all the time. Don't wear caps. And I just like wearing caps. Because I just like wearing caps. It's not because I'm hiding anything, but I just like wearing caps.
Yeah, no,
And now all the
definitely.
ladies think that we're all hiding something.
They're gonna think we're all wearing a loaf of bread. I need to make sure that this year we get the VYG caps going, guys. I need to make sure, and then everybody's gonna
Oh,
be like,
please,
"Why are you
PJ.
hiding your loaf of bread?"
Please, PJ, please. We need the caps. We do need the caps.
Definitely. I also wanted to mention the fact that maybe you can afford the expensive brands, which is not a problem. But are you wearing the brand because you like it, or are you wearing the brand because you want to show to everybody that you can afford it? I want that to sink in. What I want to basically say is be careful with doing so much to appear to people on the outside, but you're forgetting about taking care of what's going on inside. Because there are people who can afford any brand. There are people who don't go to the shop goes to them. There are people who get anything online that's ordered and brought to them at their doorstep. But at that same doorstep, once that item enters their home, they're so filled with an emptiness and a void that they become suicidal. I was watching a video which was shared of people reaching states of depression to the point where they're so numb to anything. They reached, wealth and fame. They've reached a lot of popularity. They're known worldwide. They're famous. But at the same time, they are so broken down, so defeated by depression that they're now numb to anything around them. So that's why at times they'll lock themselves in a dark room. They slit their wrists. They cut themselves because they're worried about, they'd rather feel a little bit of pain to bring a little bit of adrenaline into their lives and so forth. But I'm reminding you, they can afford that brand, which at times you get worried and you get upset that you perhaps can't afford, or you pester your mom or your dad because it's Civies Day and you want to tell everybody that you can afford it. And I remember I was a victim of that and how much pressure I would put on myself because I wanted people to think that I had this and I had that. And the most painful, the most painful situation are those, or one of the most, are those who, like you said, will buy the fake brands because now they have to appear. It's even, I don't know what's worse. I don't know if it's the chasing of the original thing, even though you're broke, or, buying the fake because the fake says a lot. It's fake. But it also says a lot about your character. It also says a lot about what's probably inside of you. If you're buying fake because you don't care, you liked it, and it's fake and you don't care, do your thing. I'm not willing to pay. There are people who I'm not willing to pay 1.5, 2K, 3K on sneakers. That's not going to happen. That's up to you. And mind you, Pete, I'll add something, guys. Maybe you're a person who loves fashion. You love or a certain brand, a certain styling. By all means, I'm not here to criticize you. Just don't chase it to show to others. If you do it for yourself, you feel good, please, by all means, do your thing. But don't do it for anyone. Because then it goes back to the facade, it goes back to the makeup, it goes back to everything that we are referring to. Do you feel good? Do you enjoy that? Is that what you enjoy? I mean, everybody has a collection of things that which they enjoy. Some people collect artwork. Other people collect cars. If I could, I'd have a collection of cars. I love cars. Some classics and some sports cars. I am a sucker for cars. I do like sneakers, but it's not, I don't think it's on your level. But there are people who collect sneakers. There are people who pay thousands of dollars for old school sneakers, original Air Jordans and Air Forces. That's what they enjoy. That's what they like. I'm not here to judge anybody. What I'm trying to say is that it has become a trend for people to spend a lot of money on things. In other words, paying people to be impressed by them. I'm pretty much paying you for you to compliment me and say, wow, PJ, you're wearing a Louis V belt. You're like, yeah, Heath, it cost me $8,000 for this belt. And be like, wow. And that's it. That is a sad situation to be in. Yes, Heath, you wanted to say something?
It's a very sad thing because there's people that will always attach whatever it is that they're wearing to the price tag. Always, when they ask them about it, they'll feel the need to mention the price tag. You know, I've even seen guys. I can't remember which rapper it was, but it was around 2020, and this rapper was blowing up. And he made a video where he was wearing this jacket. And if you look at that jacket, it's just a simple jacket. It's plain. And then he had the price tag that was hanging to show everyone that this actually cost me this much. And then there's one guy who complimented it and was like, yo, bro, I actually like your jacket. He was like, yeah. Look show the people, show the camera, show the people how much this costs. You know, so there's people that actually want you to know how much the outfit will cost. They want you to feel that. So at the end of the day, if you're looking at it, they're not doing it for themselves to say, wow, I like a Gucci shirt. I like this Gucci t-shirt because it's nice. So I'm going to spend whatever it is because it's nice.
Yeah.
But they'll rather say, okay, I want to buy the most expensive Gucci shirt so that I can show people on the internet, so that I can show people when I'm walking on the street or when I go to that event that, look, this is how much my shirt costs. Some don't even take off the price tag. They leave it hanging to show the people that, you know, this is how much this costs.
You do know that some there are those who want to show off, without a doubt. But you do know that some keep the price tag because they're going to return it. They use it once, and if the tag is out, you can't return it. I don't know if you've heard about that trend.
I've heard about that story that people actually would buy an item and then they'll take it back because they'll wait once to an event, then take it back because, yeah, they were not ready to spend, but they wanted to go show off somewhere or show people somewhere or go to that event in that specific suit and then return it because hey, they're not ready to lose that 250,000 or that 100,000 that they paid for that item.
Yeah, that's so true. That is really so true. Slindy was saying that majority of the big brands have their stuff made in China, as Adorable said. And the fakes are also made in China, but with cheap material. So guys, bear that in mind. Most of the stuff already from there. It's, I think we've pretty much said it all. I just want you guys to ask yourself, do you dress to impress? And I'm not saying don't be presentable. I repeat, guys. Like I gave the example of the ladies with the makeup, the gents with the cap. Well, what I want to say to you is I'm not trying to shape anybody according to my beliefs. Nevertheless, you guys are free and use your freedom to express yourself and to be yourself. But don't do it for anyone. Don't do it to impress others. Don't do it. Yesterday, was it one of these days, I was walking past H&M and I was actually, ironically, I was looking for a cap for something we were doing at Wits. And I walked and I saw this mannequin and I was like, is this the female section? Is this not the male section? And then when I walked and I'm like, oh, it's the male section right here. Then I'm like, but right at the front mannequin, is that not female? And I went there and I noticed that it's the male section, but with that very feminine kind of touch and so forth. And I pictured it as a guy. I'm like, okay, it's not that feminine, but it's not something I would wear. And not to mention that the difference between millennials and Gen Zs. I know that the Gen Zs go very retro, back to the 80s and so forth, and the millennials go the very opposite. I mean, the millennials, we are all about our slim fit. We wear our tight stuff, and then the Gen Zs are going back to your baggy stuff. What do you enjoy? I mean, I can criticize a Gen Z and say, "Oh, look how baggy your stuff. Your stuff is old," but it's old as the new again, you know. And what do you feel comfortable with? What do I feel comfortable? But be cautious of the fact that if you are doing something to please others, even worse, if you can't afford it, you're trying to do it to impress others, finding yourself in debt, or you go to the extent of buying the fake stuff. It might not be written Adidas or Pamu or Mike instead of Nike. It might be written Nike, but you know it's fake. It might be written Puma. It might be written Reebok and so forth, and it's fake, but you know it's fake. So you're just doing it for others, but inside of you, you're like, I hope there's no expert from Nike here to tell me that those sneakers are fake. There was also a famous rapper. You were talking about the rapper who wore a watch. I don't know if it was a Patek or an Audemars Piguet. For those who don't know, these are watches worth, the cheapest is R1 million, literally.
Yeah.
It's one of the two. And a watch expert did his research and said that watch is not original. And he did his research.
Remember. It was, yeah. I remember that
Yeah,
one.
you remember.
Yeah, the big guy.
The big guy.
The big guy with the green one.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, with the green one. Wasn't it, I think it was a Jacob & Co.
Or was it a Jacob & Co.? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a Jacob & Co. The guy,
But it was a limited edition. Yeah.
Yes. And the watch expert was like, nah, bro, it's fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's sad. That just goes to show that he's the kind of guy who needs to show off. And by the way, I want to get something clear here. Mbali says something which we showed in the comment section, which Kamu mentioned, and Mbali is also saying it. Also, look at Mark Zuckerberg, a billionaire. They don't dress in these fancy, flashy luxury brands, but it looks presentable. By the way, the shirts they wear are actually very expensive. In case you don't know, that black t-shirt you'll see Zuckerberg wearing is very expensive. But he's too rich to show it to others that, you know, he doesn't have to show or wear an expensive brand. What he wants is just the quality. Rich mindset. You've got new money and old money.
Old money.
I don't want to go into the details right now, but people with new money, most of them want to show to people that they've got money. But unfortunately, they've got a lot of money, but they've got very little brains. They've got very little peace inside of them. They've got very little strength. They've got very little confidence. And that's why they have to show off. And unfortunately, many young people are following these trends. I would love to be rich. I'd love to be a billionaire. For me to be able to empower others. That's me. Would I spend my money on certain things which some people be like, that's a lot of money to spend on this and that? I'm pretty sure I would, because it's something I like. But ask yourself, would it be to impress others, or is it something because you enjoy? But don't forget that might be something that you needed so much to also fill an empty gap that's inside of you. So you have to wear that facade. Maybe you're the kind of person who actually did conquer wealth. You made it. Listen, you made it. You are actually balling right now. You're making that money. But inside of you, you're still broken. Inside of you, you're still in the rags. I want you guys to think about that. Stop trying to impress others. Stop doing things, saying things, behaving in certain ways to make others to be impressed with you. Be yourself. Be who you are. And learn to invest internally. By all means, should you guys take care of yourselves. Be presentable. As a VYG member, you should be presentable. You guys need to look good, definitely. But don't look good for others. Look good because you need to be presentable. But start with what's going on inside of you. Start with taking care of yourself internally. Stop breaking yourself, breaking the bank because you want to prove things to others. If people don't like it, let them eat less. Do you, stay in your lane. Focus on your life, focus on your future, and focus on your dreams. That's what I wanted to share. Pete, any last words before you leave us? Well, before we wrap up, we are going.
Yeah. I just want to say, PJ, to add on to what you were saying, just do you and be yourself. Be happy with what you have, be happy with what you can afford, what you can buy, and what you can do for yourself. Don't do crazy things. Don't do things that are out of line just because you want to show other people that you can afford, when we know that the actual fact is you can't afford. When we know that the actual fact is you can't buy that t-shirt, you can't afford that cap. So do whatever it is that is in your lane. If you can afford a 400,000 Rand watch, do that, buy that. If you can just afford a 200 Rand watch, do that. The point is, look nice, be confident in what you have.
Talking about the watch, they both tell the time, eh? They both tell the same time.
Facts.
But I mean, there are people who like collecting. I just don't see like 400K. I always think about empowering people. Chanel even says that if she was rich, she says, I would empower people after spending it. Don't judge me. So, guys, I'm not saying don't live comfortable. What I'm saying is don't do anything to please others. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Is your family happy? Don't do it to please you, to show off to your family. There are those who even do it to show off to their enemies. They do it just so that their enemies can see, I need to prove a point to you. How many people, they don't leave the kasi because they want the validation from the kasi, because, oh, this is my kasi, people must see. They could be living in another area, and it's not like they enjoy living there. And by the way, I'm not saying there are people who like the kasi, nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying in their case, it's not even that they don't want to move out, but they want to stay to prove a point to people. They don't even like being there, but they're there because they want people to know, because they know that if they go to the upper class places, no one is going to even bother looking at them. Because they've got as much as they do. Go to a fancy estate in Joburg. Go to Steyn City. And try to show off your GTI there.
Everyone is minding their own business. Nobody will even look outside. In fact, they'll complain about the noise instead of that you're making noise with your car.
With your Vrupa there. Can you take this?
Yeah, with your Vrupa. And they'll be like, you're making noise, dude. You're making noise.
Fam. That's what's up. Wrapping up, I like what Slee says. You know you've made it when you don't feel the need to prove a point, and you are at peace no matter what the next person says. That is the greatest success and the greatest wealth. Wealth is health. Internal health. And money can't buy that. I always think about people like what a talented guy we lost in Mzansi. What a talent. He was one of my favorite rappers. And I remember Uncle Vini was a guy who would advocate a lot for him. Ricky Rick. What a talented guy.
Oof.
What a loss.
Guy.
What a loss.
What a guy.
And he was very charismatic. And I liked how he was all about even empowering new upcoming artists.
Empowering the youth, yes, a lot.
But unfortunately, with all his fame and the money he had, it was not enough for him to bear what was going on inside. And we don't know, who am I to speak? I'm using an example, him out of many. But something was wrong inside. And his success his achievements could not cover what was going on inside. So I want you guys to think about that. You can have it all. Get your priorities straight. Start internally. Next week, we're going to be back talking about a bit about the love life. We're going to have this and that. And I know most, if not all of you, want to have that person to be happy with. And that's great. But if you are not happy with yourself first, don't try finding happiness in someone else. You'll be disappointed. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Peeth, next week we have a challenge. Our producer, by the way, before I go, she will kill me if I don't share this. Let me just get it on my notes here on my iPad. Next week we've got the VBO 1K challenge. I think we can have this. I think I can add it here to the comments just in case it takes a while, but I will share it. This is something our producer shared here. I just want to make sure that I'm okay. Yeah, this is the one. I just want to take this last thing here as an instruction for me. I'll put it here in the comment section for all of you guys to check it out. The VBO 1K challenge. Let me also put it here for everybody to see. It's a long comment, so it's not going to show the whole thing, but what shows it shows, and then we'll continue. Oh, here we go. It's going to be small. Okay, never mind. We'll just keep the old one. So the VBO 1K challenge. Our viewers can participate in this challenge. Watch the upcoming VBO episode. 2, tag 2 or more friends. One that's from the VYG and one that's a non-VYG member. So next week, you guys are going to ensure to have 2 people watching the VBO. One will be a VYG member. The other will be a non-VYG member, or both can be non-VYG member. You're going to share the episode to as many people as possible. And, here it is. Let me pin the comment here. And comment your opinion about the different segment. We want to reach different people in the Vibe O'Clock. We don't want to just reach, especially people who are not in the VYG. We want to reach them. I will get the media fam to better elaborate this challenge and share it more with you guys. But I'd love to know from you guys if you guys are in the VBO 1K challenge. We have not yet reached a K. I think the most we've reached simultaneously was 600 views. I think the VYG fam can surpass a K. I think a K is even too little for the VYG fam. What do you think,
We can.
Keith?
Easy. We can get it to 2K.
2K.
It's possible, highly possible. We can get it to 2K. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go for the 1K challenge and let's see what's going to happen. I want to see what's going to happen.
Yes.
I trust you guys. So next week, we will start the challenge. Obviously, I'm going to ask the media fam to be posting reels about it and challenges on top of this. Maybe they can cut this short clip where we're talking about it. But next week, you guys are going to bring 2 people, not just tag them, but you're actually going to invite them to watch. And next week's program is going to be special. It's going to be something you guys don't want to miss. Peeth, your last words before you say goodbye to us. Well, we say goodbye.
Let's get it to 1K, guys. Next week, let's get it to 1K. Let's push the 1K challenge. Call your friends. Tell their friends to call their friends, and their friends to call their friends. Let's all be here next week. Let's tune in and let's operate on the highest level.
I'm gonna get 2 non-VYG members to watch. People who have never been in the VYG. I'm gonna get them to watch. How many are you bringing?
I'm also getting. Okay, let me try get 3.
Okay, challenge accepted. 3, Peeth. I'm doing 3 then.
Yes.
3, but 3 non-VYG members.
Non-VYG members. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's make it happen. Fam, next week, the 1K challenge begins. By the way, it's not a challenge between 1K and Ama 2K. It is literally reaching a K views in one of our lives. Let's make this happen. Whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, doesn't matter. Maybe I think I can also add it on Instagram here. I can add our page. It's not a problem. But let's make it happen, all right? Not forgetting that in the morrows, we're going to be having the VYG Hangout, and the theme is the mark. The mark. The mark. Well, you guys are going to have to be with us in order to know what it's all about, okay? And not forgetting, if you guys want to chat, you want to vent, you're going through something. Maybe you are exactly what we're talking about, living out of appearances. You need help. Holler at us, DM. You can put that DM. Please share this with PJ or with Dali. We will gladly be personally there to reply. We've got an immense team of mentors who assist with this, but if they can't, or you want to address me personally, trust me, it'll be confidential. It'll be between you and I, if that's what you need. But we're here to help you. We don't judge you. We help you. All right. That's it from me. A huge shout out. Thank you so much, Pete, for your participation. I really can't do this without you and you amazing team who's with us. Tomorrow, no challenge. No war cry challenge. I need a break from what some of y'all did to us. My ears and eyes need a break. My heart and brains need a break. So for now, no challenge. But you guys take care of yourselves. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. Y'all know, if it ain't gold, it ain't good enough.
It ain't good enough.
It ain't good enough. We're out of here.
Woke up today, smile on my face. May not go my way, still got my faith, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Running our race, just that I pace. Made some mistakes, but learned a few things, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Yeah, I've been through it all, I've been through it all. Looking at Goliath at the stand tall. My heart, it feel like David every time I fall. My problems look like giants, I'ma slay them all. Every single beef, I had to let it be. Spend a lot of time wasting energy. That ain't made sense to me logically. But I feel way better when I walk in peace. Please don't bring the gossip to me. I mean, no offense, I'm finding out jealousy. Only a lack of confidence. Focused on me more, focused on you less. Everybody do that, look around and we blessed. Woke up today, smile on my face. May not go my way, still got my faith, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Running our race, just that I pace. Made some mistakes, but learned a few things, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay, yeah. I know the pain you felt, I felt it with you. I know the hate you feel, the scar tissue. Unhealed trauma is trying to kill you. But come back to love, man, we all miss you. Hey, life is like a seesaw, it's up, then it's down. It's all about progress, you can't stop now. Take a step every day, look back and see miles. Could make it to the top if you stop looking at the ground. Woke up today, smile on my face. May not go my way, still got my faith, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Running our race, just that I pace. Made some mistakes, but learned a few things, so I'll be okay. I'll be